again, with a band like this, every song anybody can name of Sepultura. If you ask anybody, including me, who fucking listens to the Derek Green things, to name his top 10 songs, they're all Max and Igor Cavalera songs. They're something off of Arise or KSAD or Roots.
So if Sepultura gets inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, who gets in that band?
Probably, I don't know. Whichever side gets in, I'd imagine the other side doesn't show up.
Well, I'm not asking who shows up.
Oh.
But who?
It's got to be Max, Igor, Andreas, Paulo Jr. Probably those four are the ones that would have to get there.
Right.
I would think Derek Green would probably get in. I mean, he's been with the band fucking 25 years or something.
Yeah, but you keep throwing the length somebody was in the band.
Yeah, I know, and I shouldn't, but I mean, he's been in there so much longer than even Max. Max only in the band 10 years, 11 years, something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would hope that they would take Derek Green in with them, but again, that would probably be polarizing. If they did, then Gloria probably wouldn't let Max go because Max doesn't want to stand next to that guy. I don't know. It just, God, it's easy when they're great, isn't it? It's so easy to follow these bands when they're in the middle of their prime. Once they break apart, man, it really turns ugly.
Well, the thing is what made them great to begin with is the chemistry and the thing that, it's just unfortunate that personalities and temperament get in the way, and if they become successful, then the agreements and the money and all that becomes an issue. Just knowing what I know, when it comes to, say, like Akin, when they got together, they had a 4-way split.
Right.
So there was no argument over who gets this publishing and who gets this and who gets that. No matter who wrote the songs, no matter who contributed anything, they all got the same.
Right. Yeah. It just sucks. I hate being a fan of these bands now.
Yeah. So it all depends on the agreement and who gets what, but then you get a guy or somebody in the band that goes, well, I'm writing the lion's share of this, so I should get the publishing for all of this, and I should get this, and I should get that, and everybody else is going, wait a minute, we're living in a 1-bedroom apartment and you're living in a mansion.
Yeah.
And that envy and that jealousy that becomes a issue. It's just like, well, how come you get the lion's share of the money? When we go out, we all play equally on stage and things, but we're not making the same money as you. You're riding out of here in a limousine and we're taking an Uber.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Just, again, reason 9,999,000 why I'm so disgusted with all of this shit now.
Right.
That's why I'm angry Akin all the time, because every time I look at any band I like, it comes with this bullshit.
Well, you realize that there's business in the show.
Yeah, and I hate it. I just wish it would just go back to being, like I said, I know I talked about it a little bit earlier, but I watched the documentary on Monsters of Rock 88 today. And just watching that and seeing how excited these guys were and seeing how great they were performing and just remembering how cool it was seeing it at the fucking Rubber Bowl. And, I mean, it was just so great. And there's nothing that feels like that now.
No.
Nothing.
That's why we were lucky to be in that era because it was just it was something that happened and it'll never happen again.
Yeah. And we were lucky that all these guys hit their prime at the same time. Really. Because it just made for such an incredible era. And it's just so sad now when you go see some of those same guys. And it's like one guy with 4 replacements and they're tuned down to Q and they can't play and they're, they just suck. And it's like, wait a minute. I saw you at the pinnacle. Even Metallica, who I love. Seeing them this last couple of times, they have not been as good as the band that was the most dominant band in the world for most of their career on stage. Most of Metallica's career, nobody would question that they were the best live band, maybe of all time. Nobody questioned that. If hell, watching this documentary today, every one of those bands, Van Halen, Scorpions, saying how fucking great Metallica was.
Yeah, well, Don and Dokken and Metallica shared the same manager.
Yeah.
Q Prime Management, Cliff
Right.
Bernstein, and Don basically said to Cliff, he was just like, I know we're making more money, and I know that we've got more record sales and this and that, but is there any way that we can go on before
Metallica? Yeah.
Because these guys are bringing it, like it's the last show that they'll ever play before they die. And he says, we're not doing that.
No.
He says, they come on and they just tear the stage apart and they end their show with like something like Kill 'Em All.
Yeah.
And then we're jumping on stage
and just got lucky or something.
Got lucky, and he goes, we look like the monkeys up there compared